Greetings, this is Cascade from TEPc Yavin 4 of the Sigma Nation Cluster, and you are listening to the Escape Pod. 1, 2, 3, 4, cast. This show was recorded in front of a live Twitch audience. Take it away, boys.
One is a Grand Arena Specialist from the UK. The other is a Territory Battle Tactician from the US. Together, there are no signs of intelligent life on board. But with both having decades of hosting experience under their belt, the one thing we are sure of is you will be entertained. This is the Escape Pod Cast, a weekly look into the mobile game Star Wars: Galaxy of Heroes. Live from the Nerdy Network studios of Yavin 4, here are your hosts, Neil Andrew Eyre and Paul Anthony.
Coming up on this week's edition of the Escape Pod Cast.
Boy, do we have a packed show today, Paul.
Yes, we do. Capital Games dropped the State of the Galaxy this past week.
Galactic legend Jabba the Hutt.
Profundity for you shipheads.
Mods get another overhaul.
But is this enough to save some of the hemorrhaging from Datacrons?
I have been fairly quiet all week, and it will be interesting to get a lot of this off my chest.
You know, same here. I prefer when they drop these later in the week so I don't have to wait as long.
All right, so this week was your turn to find us a guest. What you got for us?
Discord user Old Man Logan 76. You may have seen him in Tito's server.
Okay, go on. Just another player?
No, he just started a SWGOH podcast himself called The Old Man's Cantina.
All right, showing some love to a new show. I like it.
And that's what we do here, Neil.
The latest swuggies are handed out during our third break.
And of course, Patreon's choice on the bridge.
All this and breaking news as and if it happens.
Right here on the Escape Pod Cast.
The Escape Pod News.
Hello there, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to another episode of the Escape Podcast. I'm your host, The Neb, and as always, I'm joined by my hetero life partner, Paul. Paul, how you doing?
I'm doing well. That is, wow.
Wow, what?
That's, normally you're much more chipper.
Oh, what have I got to be chipper about with regards to this game?
I mean, come on. It's our show, at least, you know. We're excited.
Yeah,
it's a
but
show.
It's about Star Wars Galaxy of Heroes. There are other things to be excited about, you know, than this game. You know, watching paint dry on a wall, tumbleweed rolling down the road. You know, so there are things in this world to be excited about other than Star Wars Galaxy of Heroes. You know, I'm not some cheap hussy. I can't be bought and paid for with a, you know, oh, here, we'll toss you a galactic legend. Here you go. Oh, here's another bounty hunter for you. Oh, you know that character that you saw for 5 minutes in that show that was a bit meh? Yeah, here you go. Here, you can have that character. There you go.
He's more than just Boba Fett.
I know he's more than just Boba Fett. I know he's more than just Boba Fett. But to you and me, he's more because we've read the comics. You know, we've seen the graphic novels. We've seen that. Normies see him for 5 minutes. You know, there are normies that play this game. So,
and there's non-normies.
Their knowledge of this character is what they saw in the show, and that's it. You and I know he has much deeper meaning and has been in a lot more Star Wars stories.
And Obi-Wan gave him the scar on his eye.
So, yeah. So, yeah. So there are other, but, you know, so I'm not going to be dazzled with a GL. I'm not going to be dazzled with this character. I'm not, no. Why?
Well,
why should I? Why? Hey, you guys can go nuts all you like. All right. Oh, look what CG's given to us. And what about the stuff they said they were going to give to us and never gave to us? So yeah, I'm not going to get excited about this.
Well,
is it a positive? Is it a tick in the positive column for them? Do they get credit for it? Of course they do. They get the smallest amount. Yes, you've given. How is them giving us another character, whether it's a GL or a marquee? How is that something that, you know, it's a game, it's a progressive game, and we're supposed to get more characters? So isn't getting another GL just a natural occurrence? It's like, oh, thank you. Okay. We will show our appreciation. But is it worth getting, you know, pant wetting, you know, hot? No, it's not. No, it's not. This is not something to go nuts crazy over. You know what? This is Eddie Murphy's Delirious, right? You've been walking in a desert and you've been starving, right? And someone's given you a cracker and you're now eating that cracker thinking, oh my God, this is the best goddamn tasting cracker I've had in the entire world. Give me another. You know, and 6 months down the line, you realize, my God, it's just a regular cracker. You know, I'm at that point now forever. It's just a regular cracker. You have been starved of cracker, you know, and they've given you something plain and normal and not particularly, and you're gobbling it all up and you're all excited about it. I just don't. Yeah, no.
I am excited for this cracker. We have gotten more stuff, Neil. I have no idea where you're coming from on this, and I think the AI is also excited about this, and they're a freaking artificial intelligence. Bob, how the hell are you this week?
I'm good, man. I'm good. I'm excited. I'm excited to talk about something that's not Datacron. So, yeah. I'm kind of the opposite of Nev. I mean, I agree with him on some things, you know, but we all do. But I think it's definitely a very, very positive thing. Lots of stuff for me to work towards because I didn't have anything to really work on. I was just going to pick a random GL, and it's more than just Java, too. So I'm excited to get into it today and give you my thoughts as we go.
So, we got our first post-Doja State of the Galaxy. So it wasn't in video form. There wasn't special stuff that was in a video that wasn't in the article and not in the video. But they started out, in my opinion, because I like bounty hunters, a bang. And I especially I'm a fan of Dr. Aphra, so seeing Black Chrysanthemum, not just Chrysanthemum, people. His original name, Black Chrysanthemum. BK for short, if you want. Burger King. I don't give a crap.
Black Croissant.
Black Croissant, as Bones always used to say. But they started out talking about, and this is the opening paragraph of the State of the Galaxy. Today we have an exciting State of the Galaxy focused on two major announcements, an upcoming title update with many quality of life changes for mods, and a new galactic legend, but that's not all. We have a new capital ship that will rival the Executor, and a marquee that will tie into the new Bounty Hunter galactic legend. So, I'm going to start out. Chrysanthemum looks good on paper. We'll get to the kit later on. Because Chrysanthemum, though, as the article says, brings in the Hutt Cartel tag, which they did the same thing where they brought in Mandalorians. Maul works with the Mandalorians. But what did they bring in for the Hutt Cartel? None other than Hutt Supreme, in my opinion, Jabba the Hutt, as the next galactic legend. Yes, Neil, you are correct. Progression, we knew that we would see another galactic legend eventually. But seeing that they've also mentioned that he's not going to have any type of light side counterpart, with them saying that he's on par with the other galactic legends and is designed primarily to work in concert with other Hutt Cartel units. The Hutt Cartel units include Embo, Cad Bane, Greedo, Gammo, and Mob Enforcer. These characters, with the exception of Cad Bane, in my opinion, Boba Fett's also in there, but with the exception of Cad Bane, all the other characters got the short end of the stick. So it's not just progression, it's improving and putting a more level playing field on the roster as a whole.
We'll see. No, I'm absolutely not jumping. No. Under no circumstances is this instant other G. No, it's not. That's not the way it works. Everybody thought that about Lord Vader. Everybody thought that about Lord Vader.
I
and
didn't.
He was the most he was, you know, he was the most expensive GL, right? You would expect the most expensive GL to be able to, like, really slap about, slap the other GLs about and be, you know, near on impossible to beat with the with other GLs. But he's quite easy to beat with other GLs. You know, why spend resources on a Lord Vader when you can spend the same resources on a Slacker and a couple of other characters and get you a Darth Vader beater, you know, straight away. So I am under no illusions whatsoever. I am not. It's either going to be one of two things. It's going to be meh, and people are going to be like, this isn't worth the farm. It's not worth the resources. Wait until they do a rework, then go for this GL. Or they're going to realize we kind of like screwed the pooch a little bit on Lord Vader. Let's make Jabba so OP that people complain that he's too strong. You know, there's not going to be any middle ground. There is not going to be any middle ground with this character. This character is going to be released. It's going to be broken, and it's probably going to need several, hot fixes to square it away because of everybody that spends money in initially getting it. And we have no beta testers.
I was about to say that. Wouldn't it be great if we had a beta testing program?
Yeah, exactly. Wouldn't it be great if we had beta testers that could test the new GL to its limits and go, there's a bug here, or there's an issue here, or none of that. So yeah.
I'm just going to repeat what I've said. And by the way, I've gotten confirmation. I'm not saying who it is. I know the leaker, and screw you, leaker, for that. Seriously. Why did you do that to the community, you sack of crap? Bob, what you thinking about this?
I think it's going to be cool. I just have some questions, like what you guys think it's going to be. Do you think he's going to be like support or complete support? Because he shouldn't have any attack abilities, would he? Kit wise?
Yeah. He'll have his ultimate will be dropping somebody into the Rancor.
I hope so. I really hope so.
That would be cool.
He's got no other offense. You know, it's going to be build it up, and there'll be some animation where he hits a button and the floor will open up underneath the squad, and either that or he calls a Rancor. And the Rancor eats one of the insta kills one of the characters.
And I just see him taking these really crappy characters and just being like a Mon Mothma GL. He's making 3 or 4 crappy characters with the Hutt Cartel really, really good, just passively. And then, like you said, maybe just like a ultimate which is a great idea. I've never even thought about that, dropping them. But I'm excited. I think that you can do more with the Hutt Cartel than just a GL too. There's enough cool characters in the background that you can make it maybe down the road they add to it and make another really good team with it. I mean, you think about if you had the whole entire band as a thing, or Yak Face, or I said if they had Bouche Leia and Guard Lando, I'm gonna go take out Alone right now because I'm all in. That's what I've been wanting for a long time. And another question for you guys, like, do you think that there'll be more marquee characters?
They said it. They said it.
Okay.
So What they said here, let me find it exactly. Jabba's on par with other galactic legends. Chrysanthemum will be one of several upcoming marquees that directly support this new faction tag. And these marquee units will be requirements for Jabba the Hutt while working exceptionally well with Jabba as the leader. If you want to go after Jabba, you're going to want these marquee characters powered up to relic levels, not just for the requirements, but also for the powerful squad Jabba will lead.
So, Paul, Hondo?
Forlom and Zuckuss are more likely.
Forlom and Zuckuss probably. We've seen that. I mean, the whole Crimson Dawn, the whole arc that's going on in the comics right now with Crimson Reign. Spoiler alert, Crimson Dawn emerges after Empire Strikes Back and does a lot of cool stuff. What were you saying, Bob? You're muted right now.
Oh, no, you're good. You go ahead.
Oh, okay. So, it's we're probably not going to see Hondo for this before Jabba comes out. And he will not likely be Hutt Cartel. That gives me a sad, because honestly, and Neil, it sounds like you're starting to sunset on the game. But I'm not sunsetting so much yet, because I'm holding out hope for Hondo, but that hope can only take me so far. Rebellions were built on hope, but I need a rebellion, which I started in. Well, Thaddeus helped start it, but and we brought a message to CG, and I know that it was heard. I could tell you for a fact the devs, not just the community managers, heard us, which is nice. But Nev, I'm just
going through the motions.
You're just going through the motions.
I'm just going through the motions. Walking through the part. Nothing seems to penetrate my heart.
That sounds familiar. Are
I
you
mean,
quoting Buffy?
Brave. I was always brave and kind of righteous.
Are you quoting Buffy the Vampire Slayer on the
wavering.
show?
No.
You son of a... Oh my gosh. Okay. So,
I died many years ago.
God. Thanks, Spike. All right. Chrysanthemum at Relic 5. Solo at Relic 8. Gammo at 3. Greedo at 6. And the Outrider ship at 7 stars.
But how will I gear up my Gammo? Since they still haven't given us, easy way to, take characters to gear 12, the gear thing. How will we gear our characters without them fulfilling their promises from many, many months ago? To increase our abilities to get, the lower tier gears. Sorry.
No, I agree. I'm not disagreeing with you that we should have gotten gear, the gear relief update that they promised us in, what was it, October, Neil? You're the one who looked it up. September.
It was September. State of the No, sorry. It wasn't. Sorry. It was a one-off. It wasn't State of the Galaxy. It was a State of the Gearlaxy. They deliberately played words with that State of the Galaxy, referring to it as State of the Gearlaxy. So they made a big fanfare about that SOG, that SOTG, right? And they still haven't delivered on it. They're the ones that, They're the ones that hyped it. They're the ones that kicked it off. They're the ones that said, this is what we're going to do. And they didn't do it. And now everybody's like, yeah, sure. Thank you, CG, for telling us what the next GL is. We were expecting a new GL. Yes, thank you for giving us a marquee and telling us that there are going to be other marquees and telling us that there are going to be crap characters that we need to relic up. These are all things that we expect, right? Nothing in this is unexpected. The characters themselves, yes, sure, no, it's GL Jabba. Yeah, we knew there was a GL coming. And we know that there are going to be marquees that people have to spend money on.
Aren't you excited that Scoundrels are getting something? Hutt Cartel is getting something? Hutt Cartel's coming?
It was going to be a different faction.
It's not.
We've had Jedi, we've had Galactic Republic, we've had Sith, we've had Empire, we've had Resistance, we've had First Order. There's not that many other factions left for them to give a GL to.
I'm just glad there's
and
not
Bounty Hunters was one of them.
I'm just glad there's not another gang freaking Jedi GL coming. It's something that's, not using the Force. That, for me, is exciting.
And it's the
as long as I don't have to break up my boss team, I don't care.
And it's the original first OT trilogy GL too.
Jack Daniel says Shard Shop currency is going to Datacrons now. Gear crunch getting worse, not better. Agreed. I'm not going to be a CG apologist, but I'm going to get excited for something that's coming that I wanted. I'm just also really quick Relic update with the continued growth of the Relic system. Some lower tier Relic materials have become scarcer than intended. As a result, high requirement chases for Relic 7 are sometimes preventing players from working on other squads or goals. To address this, Carbonite circuit boards and Bronzium wiring will be removed from Relic 8 and Relic 9 recipes. This frees Relic materials to be used on newer or in development squads. How about also removing the blue squares?
Yeah. Oh, so taking this character to Relic, taking this character to Relic 8, you don't have to pay 40 of this and 30 of that. Oh, yay. Yay. Thank you so much. That's really going to help. No. Getting the character to gear 13 is what's stopping me. Getting one level worth, getting back 1 or 2 relic levels worth of materials, not needing to use them to take something to 8 or 9. That's not the problem. Those first 2 tiers of relic materials isn't what's stopping me from relicating and relic 9ing something. If that was the only issue, I would have a lot more characters at Relic 8 and Relic 9. But it's not. That's not the problem. Okay? Getting my characters to gear 13 is the goddamn problem. Okay? Not whether I take something from Relic 7 to 8 or 9. That's not the issue. Taking something from 0 to Relic 7 doesn't take that long. It takes me just as long to take some random gear 8, 9, or 10, something around that.
Right.
It takes me longer to take a character to
the
gear
relics.
13 than it takes for me to get something from Relic 0 to Relic 7.
That needs to change. I'm not disagreeing with you on that. And Wolffell says that apparently I'm a shill. Wolf, go pound sand. I'm sorry, man. Anyway. Profundity's coming out. Admiral Radis, Relic, once again, all these Relic things. Admiral Radis, Relic 9. Cassian, Relic 8. What the hell? Dash Rendar, Relic 7. You need him 5 for Starkiller. Mon Mothma, Relic 5. What did you need him for GK? Was it 3? So you go up 2 more levels. Bistan, Jin, Urso, and Hera. All go into Relic 5. And then you need all the ships at 7 stars. Ships at 7 stars, not a problem for the person who has been focusing on ships. So I'm not seeing much of a problem there. by the way, the Outrider also needed for the profundity, along with Cassian's Ewing, Biston's Ewing, Wedge, and Biggs, the Rebel Y-Wing, and Ghost. That appears to be the team. No Millennium Falcon mentioned in there. But where are the other rebels? They're all here.
Marquise. Maybe some more marquees.
Red 5.
Red 5.
Red 5's not coming out till next
Till
year.
next year.
Star.
Yeah.
The Red 5 is Red 5 will be the Death Star raid reward next year.
Well, next update, quality of life mods. Let's pause, and we'll come back to talk about the mod update. And I know you're not happy about it, Neil.
Oh, yay!
I know you're not happy about it. But we'll talk about the mod update coming up after these messages right here on the Escape Pod cast.
HotBot in HotUtils is one of the most comprehensive tools for Star Wars Galaxy of Heroes.
With integration into the super useful mod tool Grand Ivory, HotUtils can help you tackle some of the most difficult aspects of the game.
Not sure how to mod your roster for a certain game mode?
Use one of the many filters that automatically assigns the right mods to the right character in accordance with your guild needs.
Now with additional features that can assist you and your guild officers in territory battles and territory wars, HotUtils is an amazing value.
And don't forget the useful tools for yourself in Grand Arena, like the in-depth and customizable compare feature.
Got multiple accounts like Neil, but not the time to remod them all?
With this one-stop utility, you can switch between your alts and never miss a mod upgrade or a mod switch before locking into GAC or Territory Wars.
Starting at just $5 a month, you don't want to miss out on these great tools.
HotUtils is the new official remodding service for the Escape Pod cast.
Visit HotUtils.com to learn more. That's HotUtils.com. And go ahead and spice up your Galaxy of Heroes experience.
Podawans, be sure to support the shows brought to you on the Escape Podcast Twitch and YouTube channel by becoming a Patreon. For as little as $2 a month, you can support us and get a little extra for yourself. With tiered rewards including after-show access, inclusion in the GA Center leaderboards, behind-the-scenes access, and much more. There is something for everyone on our Discord server. Head on over to Patreon, that is patreon.com/The Escape Pod, and sign up today. Thank you for supporting and listening to the Escape Podcast.
Welcome into this week's Patreon leaderboard. Actually, it's pretty much last week's Patreon leaderboard, but we didn't do GA Center soon enough to be able to also give the Patreons the reports. So, this is the last week of 5v5, and we crown our champion tonight. Would you like to be on the leaderboards as well, just like the content creators of GA Center? Sign up at patreon.com/theescapepod and sign up for at the Kyber Combat level or higher, and you'll get on these boards as well. D goes 0-3 because he didn't sign up. Dr. Jojo goes 1-2. Dr. Jojo gets 4,262 banners, 36 wins, 16 losses, and 12 holds. Let's see, did he file a report for me? 1-2. Round 1 versus 80 plus 25 mods. He cheesed so hard, but in the end, Fleet screwed him and he lost by 15. Round 2. Battle of Datacrons. He blocked up north, he blocked down south, and he was more efficient and won by 100 points. Round 3 versus a guy from Caw. They agreed, no Datacrons. He then brought the wrong Starkiller team versus Ray. He removed Visas instead of Obi and added Juhani. Well, he probably would have lost anyway, is what he said. Let's see if this causes any problems on the final board for you, Dr. Jojo. But Force Strong goes 1-2, so he's not going to be a problem. 340 banners, 6 wins, 5 losses, 3 holds. Hot Sauce, who he was tied with, 1 and 2, 41-45, 36 up, 23 down, 12 holds. With both of them going 1 and 2, how did Seth do? Seth goes 2 and 1, 3,917 banners, 29 wins, 3 losses, 4 holds. Let's crown the champion of this past season, and it's Dr. JoJo. Dr. JoJo wins by just over 500 banners. 5 and 4 for Dr. JoJo, Hot Sauce, and Sephironis. Horse Strong goes 3 and 6. D goes 2 and 7. Who's going to be next this time around? We have 2 new competitors at least joining up next season on the Patreon leaderboard. We'd love to have more, and we'd love to have you. So sign up at patreon.com/theescapepod at the cover combatant level or higher, and we'd love to cover you as well. We'll see after these a little bit more messages. Be nice to each other, damn it.
We want you. Join the GAC chain gang today. This is the commander of the 506 Procrastination Battalion and the leader of the GAC chain gang. I am sending out a call to action for any SWGOH content creators on Twitch who would be willing to broadcast their GAC attack rounds. We are an amazing group of content creators who are dedicated on streaming the Grand Arena Championship attack rounds on Twitch. The idea is to provide continuous content back-to-back from one streamer to the next and allow the viewers to enjoy more SWGOH content as well as enjoy the variety of streamers that are currently present in the group. If you are interested in joining the chain gang, please reach out to myself on Discord at AndyB's #7465, or you can send us a message on our Twitter page at ChainGAC. Join us today. We have your back.
You're listening to the Escape Pod Cast.
And welcome back into the second segment of the Escape Podcast. We're going to talk about CG giving us something that we already had, aren't we, Neil?
Yeah.
If you have HotUtils, if you have any access to SWGOH, our good friends Sep and our good friends, oh my God, I'm blanking at Hot Sauce. Jesus. These guys have already given us essentially what's being put into the game. Now, the argument can be said, Neil, that these are tools that should have been in the game. And have we or have we not said it would be nice if they had put this into the game, but we have to use a third-party tool?
Yeah.
So we're getting what we asked for.
2 years too late.
But it's still going into the game for people who don't know about GG, that don't know about Hotbot, the normies, as you call them. Mm-hmm. They finally get this sort of thing. So I don't see where this is a problem, just a preference.
It's not a problem. Here's the thing. If you want to be good with your mods, if you want to know how to look after your mods, what to look for, how to work things, what sets to create, you went looking because it wasn't available in game, right? You went looking for Hotbot, you went looking for HotUtils, you went looking on SWGOH.gg, you went looking for what's that other one as well? There was another one.
SWGOH.life?
No. It was the one before version 1 of HotUtils came out. That HotUtils actually used them. Oh God, I'll think of the name. The name will. But will come to me.
They have you have saved filters that you can create to take a look at your mods. You can set and they also. This is the part that Grand Ivory. Thank you, Jack.
Grand Ivory, that's the word. Yeah. So you could, you could go to, I mean, you could play with them individually, but you could go to Grand Ivory and you could look at all of the mods that you had assigned to characters. And then you could, tweak things around and so there's already been massive resources out there and people would go looking in those places to assist them. Right. normies, that's if that's how we're referring to them, normies wouldn't do that.
I'm using your words.
Normies don't go that, wouldn't really go that in depth, just as they wouldn't watch podcasts or they wouldn't listen to podcasts. That there is a huge swathe of the SWGOH community out there that just keeps themselves to themselves, just chats with their guild in their in their Discord channels or Line. If there are people out there using Line, I don't know why they would, but just doing those things. Okay, so to them, they're probably not going to use the full extent of what the capabilities of this mod upgrade are, but they might have been using them if they'd been introduced into the game earlier.
Big Country Mag says, be honest, Nev, we're all just a bunch of tryhards. Now, one thing that is coming to the game that I absolutely love is the updated mod slicing.
Yes.
You can see how good a mod upgraded instead of just going, okay, I got this number, whatever the hell that means. You can see, for example, in their screen, their original roll of critical chance was abysmal. Their second roll of critical chance was above average. That mod, I'd chuck out the window. Throw the baby out with the bathwater on that mod, even though it rolled speed. Just the health and the offense, nearly all the original rolls. I would look at that mod that's on the State of the Galaxy picture and chuck that sucker. But then again, I'm probably modding wrong and should, get good. You can also batch manage mods. You can batch upgrade. Have everything go to max level or at least reveal all secondary stats. Wonderful. Absolutely wonderful. I cannot wait to use that.
Hang on a minute. So you weren't using it before?
What do you mean?
You can already do that on HotUtils.
Oh, I know. But I was going to say, at least I can batch upgrade everything without having to tell HotUtils to do it. But then I can go in and manage everything in HotUtils. I mean, that's just me. Darknar says, where am I getting the gold to do this? You'll get there. You'll get there unless you're spending everything constantly on that. So, there's a paragraph. Is
that it with mods? Is that it for the mods?
Well, I mean, that's it that stood out to me. Unless there's something for you. There's a paragraph from Wolf in the chat that I'm going to go read. What are you thinking, Neil?
Well, I mean, I just my eyes just kind of like glazed over for most of this State of the Galaxy. Like I said, so it got to, it's like, yay this, yay that. And then it got to the mods and I'm like, 2 years too late. I mean, great. Don't get me wrong. It's a positive. It's still a tick in the box, but it's something that, we should have been given a while ago. It's just something that we should have been given a while ago. And, a bunch. Here's the thing. People are still going to be people are still going to be loyal to Grand Ivory. They're going to be loyal to Hotbot. They're going to be loyal to HotUtils. They're going to be loyal to SWGOH.gg. There's a plethora of tools out there, at the fingertips for, hardcore competitive SWGOH players, those people that want to do well in PvP, not just in GAC, but in territory wars, and the people, the guilds that want to get, more stars in their territory battles. I mean, I don't do it personally, but I know of people that will swap mod sets around so that they can get 4 from 4. With a team, because the regular mods that they use in the first and the second and the third phases, yeah, sure, it can do the business. But then you get to phase 4 and you're trying to get max stars, but there's too many people in the guild leaving their old mods on their characters and on their squads and not changing them to, max ability, the best mods that they've got in order to get 4 from 4. Because when you're doing the CMs, you want 4 from 4 here and 4 from 4 there and 4 from 4 here and 4 from 4 there. And I don't change my mods. I'm lucky if I get 2 out of 4 or 3 out of 4 when I'm doing, dark side GOTB. And try to get 4 from 4 beyond phase 1 in light side GOTB, forget about it.
Yeah.
So having the ability to swap mods, create entire sets. The heavy impact stuff is still going to be at HotUtils. This team getting, you having an entire loadout squared away for the precise teams that you need to use in the specific phases of territory battles. That is useful. That's not going to be something that's part of this mod update. Okay. This is basic stuff. Looking for a specific mod with specific secondary stats, and then, maybe moving that one. The HotUtils stuff is, what mods do you need for the Shakti clone squad? What do you need for, for this? It's kind of, and that's why I say that this thing that they're bringing to us now is 2 years too late. Better the management. Don't get me wrong. The management side of it could be immensely useful, and not having to log out of your game and log into HotUtils in order to do those tweaking. So minor tweaks, minor tweaks here and there. Being able to do that in game instead of logging out of the game, logging into HotUtils, tweak. The way that the playbook does it. Yeah. Because we know that is time consuming. It's worth it. You just have to watch how the playbook plays to know that if you do your mods the way the playbook does his mods, you're going to see some benefit. But it doesn't hurt having little tweaks here and there, being able to search for that mod that's on some random character that's got 6% offense that you're thinking to yourself, crap, that would have been really, really useful on Droidica. Well, that would have been really, really useful on my B1. Why the hell didn't I know about, that's it. I get it's going to be there for tweaks. It's not going to be there for you to be able to change the entire mod loadout for your offense for GAC, or your entire mod loadout for territory wars, or for it's not going to be for that. It's going to be for little tweaks here and there.
Right. I agree. And also tweaks to the mod loadouts that you use for things like cam.
Yeah.
Bob, Bones sent you with a list of instructions on what to say about his thoughts on it. What do you, you have the floor. What do you think about this entire State of the Galaxy and the mod system? And then I do want to try to save some time for talking about the new Datacrons and really quick touching on Kersen.
Yeah, so Jabba the Hutt, overall, it's just a positive. We're all for 2 weeks been talking about Datacrons and moaning and groaning about it. Well, it's a positive. There's not much you could see as a negative. Yes, it's something we're all used to, and Nev's right about a lot of things, but it's just, I love this game, and any kind of positive is going to keep me around. And they did that again. How many times have I been saying, I want croissant, I want croissant? He was like my Hondo. So that's, that's
well,
huge.
you had a better chance of getting him than I did.
Yeah, because Book of Boba Fett came out. We figured he'd be out here pretty soon. And it's just funny because the last couple months in the streams, we were just for the fun of it to talk about things. Like, what do you think the next GL is going to be? And I would say it's either going to be Old Republic or Jabba the Hutt. And people in my streams know I'm always talking about Jabba the Hutt GL. And it was cool that I kind of guessed it. I didn't think it was going to happen, but I did. And so I'm just really excited.
Back in the day, mate, before GLs, we were talking about Jabba coming to the game as a legendary.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it's overdue, and it's kind of 2 years too late.
We asked Carrie, Scotty and I asked Carrie when Jabba was coming. And we had this whole idea about, SB Crumb becoming a summonable unit by Jabba the Hutt and doing his bidding, and all you hear is.
And Salacious Crumb's going to be in there somewhere with that laugh for one of the moves. And I wonder if Slave Leia is going to come into play.
We're not going to get Slave Leia. We're not going to get Midriff Padme. Put your pants back on.
I got to go put them back on.
Stop watching Droid Hub during the show.
The best we're going to get is, Ayala Secura in a crop top and Darth Talon. That's it. That's it. That's all we're getting.
I mean, yeah, if they put pants on Darth Talon, they're never giving us Slave Leia.
See, here's the thing: that they'll give us alien midriff, but they won't give us human midriff.
Yeah,
because that's sending a wrong message. Really, what that wrong message is, I have absolutely no idea. But that they are not shy giving us alien midriff. But they won't give us human midriff.
Neil, I finally figured out why you're so sour half the time. Because they never gave us Shock T midriff.
There was no midriff. Yeah, there was no midriff checked. Look, hey, I
why.
just don't, they've never done. I mean, they all right, Darth Talon. Yes, they did. It was the Darth Talon we deserved, not the Darth Talon we wanted. And Ayala Secura, when they did her rework, all I thought was pick up a goddamn Dark Horse comic book. Do you have any idea how hot she is drawn in those comic books? I mean, damn girl, she is fine.
I love me a good
so
Twilight.
Fine.
All right. Now let's talk about something that Neil's probably just going to plug his ears and go la 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 about. Datacron 3. We finally get we get some previews of this. It's not going to be just one-sided like Datacron 2 was. Dark side is going to be Night Sister and Sith. Light side is going to be Mandalorian. Now, there's a piece of me that is slightly upset, but they did it with Datacron 1 and the Grand Inquisitor, or with the Inquisitorius faction, if you will. But this takes it a little farther. On the dark side, Sith, there is a character mechanic that targets Darth Malgus. We have returned, grants an additional. Remember when we talked about Darth Malgus and there was all this additional? Once again, another additional 10% critical damage and offense and 15% penetration. And also, at the start of each of his turns, they reset their cooldowns. Malgus's cooldowns reset, but they lose 5% health for each turn. For each turn, each ability was reduced. Darth Malgus cannot be defeated by that.
You suckers. You're all just suckers, aren't you? Play hard for 3 months and you'll get this awesome character. Oh, but we're going to handicap him for 3 months with a set of datacons. So, yeah.
Not handicapped.
So
He's doing... It doesn't matter at the start of each Malgus's turns. Remember all the health gain and all that stuff that was in his kit. It doesn't matter. At the start of his turn, he can't be defeated by that.
Yeah, but he can still be damaged more than he should be if the person has this datacon.
But
from what you're saying,
but we'd have to go back on the Malgus kit, and that's sour grapes to me.
Yeah, no. I don't have a degree in physics and mathematics, so really don't want to be going over his kit again.
But
I'm curious these characters,
and that's, by the way, that's one or the other on the things. You are not not bound by that, but you can get that as one of the roles.
What are the 9 characters for level 9? What are the characters for level 9? Just read me the list.
So Asajj Ventress, Mother Talzin, and Night Sister Initiate. For Sith, Malgus.
Hang on a minute. Read me them Night Sister ones again.
Asajj.
Asajj Ventress.
Talzin. And then Night Sister Initiate.
Night Sister. Yeah, that's a nice one to take up to Relic 7, isn't it? That's a nice character to blow. Okay. Well, and the other ones?
Okay, so here's one of the ones for Night Sister Initiate. Whenever Night Sister Initiate uses an ability, they deal more damage equal to half their tenacity percentage, max 100% more damage, and this effect will only trigger if Night Sister Initiate has more than 0% tenacity. So it can't. So essentially, it's saying that it cannot reduce it if you go to lower tenacity.
So, and what are the other characters in the list?
The other characters in the list: Malgus, of course, Sith Empire Trooper, Lobster, or no, not Lobster, Buckethead, and then Sith Eternal Emperor. C gets one. So 2 characters you'd bring up. Then you also have Bo-Katan and Beskar Armor Mando. If you for the light side Mandalorian things. If you have the Executor, you might already have your Beskar Mando at 7. And Bo-Katan, a lot of people went hard on Bo-Katan when before the counters were nerfed. So how many characters in total? Characters in total is 8.
8
characters, 3 factions, 2 sides, and a partridge in a pear tree.
Yeah, lot of characters in there that Whales and Krakens haven't taken up to Relic 7 yet, because why would they?
Initiate and Empire Trooper. Those are the only 2 that I'm seeing. Asajj Ventress, you're going to take her up for the Dooku mission at the end.
That's why her and Mother Talzin. I can see Whales and Krakens already taking those ones to 7. Not an initiate, not the initiate though. And initiate is not a character you would think, out of all of the characters that I've got, I'm going to take that one to Relic 7. It's just not a character that you would. And the Sith Empire Trooper, another one that I wouldn't immediately look at and go, yeah, let's take that to 7. I mean, I took the Sith Marauder to 7 because it was required for him to be at 7 for C.
Oh, that's true.
Okay, it was required for but so that's not a character that I would even contemplate taking to 7. I mean, I only took my Asajj Ventress to 3, but I took her to 3 so that I could. I took it to 3 so that I could auto the GOTV special mission. Because come on. I mean, I had him and her at Gear 12 and I had to do the whole thing manually. And then someone said, "I'll just take them to Relic 3 and you can hit auto." And I was like, "Really?" And they're like, "Yeah."
It doesn't always work, but
it does. It always works.
60% of the time, it works every time, right? Your thoughts
on data set 3? I mean, if as long as there's some random stats in there, a little bit of extra potency or maybe some, I don't know, maybe some extra crit damage or some crit chance. I mean, I only take my datacrons to level 3. Because that's what I do. I just get them, take them to level 3, and then that's it. They just sit there and do nothing.
Well, you get light side or dark side. At least you get a benefit out of it.
I need some more dark sides because I've got 13 datacons. 3 of them are dark side, and the other 10 are all light side. Which is fine for 5v5 because I can only make 3 over Relic 3 dark side teams, so that's fine. But when it comes to 3v3, I've got 7 dark side. I just don't have the data cods for them. So it'll be nice in set 3 to have a bunch of dark side ones.
Bob, where did we mess up? After you tell us your thoughts on this,
I think you guys did good. You covered it perfectly. And yeah, I just am excited. I can't wait. I'm now adjusting my roster where I can start farming profundity. I think besides the R9 requirements and obviously Admiral Radis because he's not farmable, it's a very player friendly. I mean, how many characters are there? 7 that you have to farm? I don't know, but there's not very many.
But remember, it's also like the Executor, where unless you spend money right out the gates, you're not going after it like Galactic Legends.
Right, but I don't expect you to get it right out of the gate. You know what I mean? So I already have Dash Rendar. I mean, I think like beginners are going to be able to get it right away. But where I'm at, where I've got Dash Rendar already from Starkiller, I have Mon Mothma from, who was it, JML or JKL? What was the farm for that? Either way. And so I only have to relic a few characters, and then I'm just have to get my R9 materials and then wait for Radis to come out, and I'll have it pretty soon after, you know, probably the next time around it comes around. So you could probably get that done by the time they even get the Java out. So I think I recommend people go for it.
The profundity is the only one that's even remotely decent.
And
yeah, I'm excited about that.
And I'm gonna put this out there: the Executor and the profundity, for people just coming into the game, they can go after them in a fork.
Yeah.
They can go after them at the same time.
It's going to be easier for people to get the profundity.
They'll go either or.
The Razor Crest is a pain in the ass to farm.
Very true, but I mean, it's still the ability to go and do these things. The targets on the walls are going to be equal instead of, one being right, 5 feet away and the other being 500 yards away. Or I'm sorry, 5 meters and 500 kilometers.
Yeah, once the profundity's in the game, it's going to be the easiest ship to go for. I mean, come on.
I agree.
I remember how much of a pain in the rear it was to farm for Grievous, because Grievous only just like the Razor Crest. Grievous only, I mean, for what he was in the shard shop for a while, but a ridiculous amount of shards.
I did
Primarily, you would do your farming for Grievous the handful of times during the week that he would turn up in the shipment store.
Right.
The Razor Crest's in the exact same boat. So you can go ham on all those relic requirements for bounty hunters, because obviously they're easy to get. The ships are easy to get, but the Razor Crest, it's still a pain in the arse unless they put it on a farming node. People are just going to be like, oh, which of these 2 awesome ships should I go for first? Well, there are regular farming locations for everything profundity that isn't for Executor until they put the Razor Crest on a farming node. Which
does
it's been
that
out long
mean,
enough, I think they should.
Does that mean that the Executor is more of an investment and should still be stronger?
Yes, it should still be stronger.
I agree.
Yeah.
All right. Coming up, there's a new Galaxy of Heroes podcast that's only 2 episodes old. And I found them today on Facebook and invited them onto the show, and they said yes. So I'm excited to bring a new show onto our show and giving them some of the Escape Podcast bump. So coming up after these messages right here on the Escape Pod, also Storytime with Uncle Thad, cast.
HotBot in HotUtils is one of the most comprehensive tools for Star Wars Galaxy of Heroes.
With integration into the super useful mod tool Grand Ivory, HotUtils can help you tackle some of the most difficult aspects of the game.
Not sure how to mod your roster for a certain game mode?
Use one of the many filters that automatically assigns the right mods to the right character in accordance with your guild needs.
Now with the digital features that can assist you and your guild officers in territory battles and territory wars, HotUtils is an amazing value.
And don't forget the useful tools for yourself in Grand Arena, like the in-depth and customizable compare feature.
Got multiple accounts like Neil, but not the time to remod them all?
With this one-stop utility, you can switch between your alts and never miss a mod upgrade or a mod switch before locking into GAC or territory wars.
Starting at just $5 a month, you don't want to miss out on these great tools.
HotUtils is the new official remodding service for the Escape Pod cast.
Visit HotUtils.com to learn more. That's HotUtils.com. And go ahead and spice up your Galaxy of Heroes experience.
Podawans, be sure to support the shows brought to you on the Escape Podcast Twitch and YouTube channel by becoming a Patreon. For as little as $2 a month, you can support us and get a little extra for yourself. With tiered rewards including access to Shitty Bill's Arena tracking bot, after-show access, inclusion in the GA Center leaderboards, behind-the-scenes access, and much more. There is something for everyone on our Discord server. Head on over to Patreon, that is patreon.com/The Escape Pod, and sign up today. Thank you for supporting and listening to the Escape Podcast.
Back to school. The Escape Pod, cast for kids. It's really cool.
Hello there, Padawans, and welcome back to another episode of Storytime with Uncle Thad. Today's podcast is a special one, and one that I've been looking forward to for quite some time. Put aside the profundity. Just stop jabbering about Jabba. Today, my friends, we're going to talk about none other than Black Chrysanthemum, the warrior Wookiee from the Book of Boba. I've been looking forward to talking about this bad bounty hunter for quite some time now. So with that, let's take a look at his history and where his story comes from in Star Wars canon. Chrysanthemum, also known as Black Chrysanthemum, also referred to as Santi, Santo, Black K, Big K, Circle K, BK, the BK Broiler, and OMG, please stop tearing my arms off, was a male Wookiee bounty hunter from the planet Kashyyyk. Early in his life, Santo was forced to leave Kashyyyk after using another Wookiee as bait to hunt a group of Trandoshan slavers. And while this is the reason the Wookiee government gives to exile the big bad bounty hunter, I like to think that Santo didn't just use the Wookiee for bait. I like to think he used the dying Wookiee for love. Not in a weird way, of course, because he's not that kind of Wookiee. I like to think that inside the Chrysanthemum's big furry chest is a bigger, furrier heart. I like to think that Santo is a deeply sensitive man, and he knew that the dying Wookiee would be the only thing that would lure the Trandoshan trackers into a position where he could protect someone or something he loved. I mean, just look into his eyes. I mean, if you can look into his eyes long enough without getting your arms ripped off, I think you'll find someone who's just screaming, "Hug me." I mean, not literally, of course. His scream is that of battle and bloodlust. But inside that bloodlust, he's shouting, "Hug me." But I digress. After leaving Kashyyyk, Santo joined the Zonti brothers' traveling circus, where he volunteered to fight in the arena. Again, probably for love. During his time with the Zonti brothers, Santo underwent intense training, which ultimately brought him to the level of the warrior that we know today. After his time with the Zonti brothers, Santo traveled for a while and he kind of disappeared. He probably was backpacking through space Europe, though, kind of finding himself, like getting to know the inner Wookiee within. Kind of like an eat, pray, love, tear off arms kind of situation. He later resurfaced when he was hired by Jabba the Hutt to eliminate the troublemaker on Tatooine who stopped Jabba's enforcement of a water tax. This led him to kidnapping Owen Lars, which, of course, Obi-Wan couldn't stand for. This led to Santo getting that dashing scar across his left eye. After this incident, Black Santo would go on to work with the likes of Darth Vader, Dr. Aphra, and her glorious murder machines, other bounty hunters, and other Hutts. After the death of Jabba the Hutt, Chrysanthemum would team up with Dadbod Boba to eliminate the Pike Syndicate presence from Tatooine. While this is a high-level overview of Black Chrysanthemum's life, his story is far from over. But with that, let's take a look at his kit in Star Wars Galaxy of Heroes. Black Chrysanthemum is a dark side tank who works for the Hutt Cartel as a bounty hunter and a general bad A. This infamous tank uses his intimidating presence and unstoppable raw strength to lay down his own brand of violence. I wouldn't call it justice, just, violence. Violent violence. Santi's most iconic attack is also his basic attack. Having honed his fighting style as a gladiator with the Xanto brothers, this whacked-out Wookiee augments his already formidable strength with a set of custom knuckle dusters. When he works with other members of the Hutt cartel, let's just say his enemies get shocked. Xanto's first special ability allows him to lay down a powerful barrage of blaster fire against a single opponent. Now, the weapon he uses here is not the traditional Wookiee bowcaster, but the rifle he is seen using during this stand against the Pike Syndicate. Chrysanthemum's second special ability follows the one rule we all know about Wookiees. Don't piss off a Wookiee. You're liable to lose an arm, or multiple, and then get beaten to death with said arm. Black Chrysanthemum's leadership ability is similar to Dad Bod Boba's. Both men tend to work for more than just other bounty hunters. Their cadre of accomplices and associates run the underworld gamut. Whether they work with assassins or archaeologists, there's one thing you can say about the people they do work with. They're scoundrels. Xanto's first unique ability highlights his training in the fighting pits. During his time as a gladiator working with the Zanti brothers, this Wookiee mastered the art of fighting and is capable of dealing and absorbing a great amount of damage. No one can take a beating like Black Chrysanthemum, and no one tends to survive delivering one, at least not with all their limbs intact. Xanto's last ability is probably one of my favorite. When his contract is activated, he becomes harder to crit and harder to kill. Well, that's it for me, folks. What comes after Black Chrysanthemum, I don't know. Will it be Dr. Aphra? Will it be a new Lord Vader? There's a lot of possibilities out there, and I am very excited. It's likely that we're going to get someone or something that is pretty freaking awesome when it comes to a Jabba the Hutt cartel style character. My vote is for that little iDroid that pops out of the door. I think that would be awesome. And with that, I just want to say stay tuned next week for more story time with Uncle Thad on the Escape Podcast for Kids. Hello, friends. This is Thaddeus from Going Nerdy, and I approve this message and am compensated for signups for this service.
The world's largest audiobook library is at your fingertips, and the Escape Pod Castaways wants you to try it for free. Head on over to escapepodcastaways.com and click the Going Nerdy offer button to claim a free audiobook and 2 Audible originals. Cancel anytime, and it's absolutely free to sign up. Check out Audible and support the Escape Pod Castaways. All for free. See Audible website for details. Restrictions may apply.
Hey there, listeners. Merchandise specialist Critty K here. Do you enjoy the Escape Pod and want to support the channel and get something a little extra for yourself as well? Head on over to tpublic.com/user/theescapepodcast and grab a Team Neil, Team Paul, Critty Play, or many other fun Padawan designs on your choice of shirt, cup, sticker, mask, or even a magnet. And be sure to check out the Mrs. Anthony Shirts channel on the Escape Podcast Discord and get the latest info on the other designs I make as well. Sometimes there's even a sale going on, so it is smart to stop on by. Thank you for supporting the Escape Pod Cast.
Attention, we are receiving an incoming transmission. Attention, attention, we are receiving an incoming transmission.
You drink Jobu's rum. He get very mad.
Neil, we're live.
Yeah, I know we're live. I was waiting to do that. Just there.
Okay.
So, hello, everybody. We're back. It's incoming transmission. Paul, introduce our guest.
Oh, man. So, as I said before the break, I found this guy this morning and immediately was like, okay, this sounds good. He's doing well. Let's get him on the show. Let's get him some more exposure, and let's have some fun with this. They are Neil, former Army, That's a tick in your direction. They're from the great northeast of the United States, where it snows a lot.
No, heaven help me.
And just a really, really down-to-earth guy. Old Man Logan, you may have seen him on, not on the X-Men, but rather Tito's Discord server, but I'm happy he's now on ours, and I'm happy to introduce everybody to Old Man Logan of the Old Man's Cantina podcast. How are you, man?
I am doing outstanding. Again, fan moment. I listen to you guys. Thank you very much for having me on. I really appreciate it. This is going to be fun. I'm looking forward to it.
We're excited you're here. Let's ask the normal questions. You already know what they are. What is your account size? How long have you been playing? And with what you've already told me, I know you're not free to play, are you?
No. Absolutely not. Yeah, I'm afraid to look at what I've spent because I might go find a shed somewhere and cry. I'm currently sitting at 9.2 GP, 9.2 million. I've been playing since a little bit after launch, and yeah, I'm a spender. I admit it. I'm that guy, as they say in the Army. Don't be that guy, but I am definitely that guy. I'm not a frivolous spender. I do look at the packs. I do look at numbers and say, is that juice worth the squeeze? And if it's not, I don't get it. For example, the $9.99 pack that happens once, maybe twice a month, where it gives you 100 crystals and a bunch of the relic material, that I pick up.
Okay.
Because I feel for $10, that's a relic level. So in some instances, I feel some of the things that CG loves to dabble in front of you, some of it's worth it, but some of it is just absolute hot garbage on an August day. It's just terrible.
You could be the new mobile gamer, scam alert.
I miss that guy. I do. I miss
a lot of us do. A lot of us do. So, so all 6 GLs from what I heard.
Yeah, all 6 GLs, Star Killer.
GI?
I'm sorry?
Did you get the Grand Inquisitor?
No, thankfully I read the writing on the wall and went, nope. I just, it was, the kits were lackluster. And once Malgus was announced, I had to make a choice. I had to make a choice for my game. I know the Inquisitors were coming out to us piecemeal, and we knew it was coming. But the second they announced Malgus, I stopped, and I have been hoarding gear and material since he was announced. And yeah, I farmed the Inquisitors. I think I have 3 of them relicked. Ninth Sister in particular, because just as a tank, that is an amazing tune. And
I was about to say, you're still going to do the second sister, though, because she's the pilot for that.
Oh, yes. Yeah, my second sister is
that's the only one that I'm really that for me, that's the only one I'm putting any emphasis on. She's the only one I'm... The only reason why I'm farming, like, for example, the only reason why I'm farming the 7th sister is because I'm farming for donuts for C. And she's dark. She's something on a dark side node. That's it. That's the only reason. She'll get to 7 and she'll probably languish at like gear 8 or something. I will do the second sister to 7 stars, and I'll probably do Relic 3 because she can be thrown on any Empire team. So why the hell not? And these days you've got to have your if you want to, you've got to ship hard. You've got to have decent crew for your ship. So you're probably not going to take her to a high relic level, but you're going to spend some time on her just because of her fleet, I assume.
Yeah, I always had a rule of thumb when it came to relicking my tunes. Depending on performance and type, I would always stop at 5. I would, regardless of utility, Relic 5 was my stopping point. If I happen to listen to a content creator or happen to see something where I'm like, oh, okay, that performs better at a higher Relic, then I would invest that. But 5 was my stopping point, always at 5, which now with Datacons, I'm really glad I did that, because that wall of, well, if it's not Relic 3, it doesn't work, which, by the way, is censoring myself, crap.
I certainly appreciate it. By the way, your podcast definitely has that little E next to it.
The former military, it's part of the lingo.
But I noticed that you use the same terminology that Nev does. You omit the R in the word Datacron.
Yeah, I mean, am I enjoying them? Yeah, but with my podcast, I'm trying to attract the audience that's around the 3, 4, 5, 6 million GP, because I feel like those guys are forgotten about. I really do. I feel like in a lot of instances, and I'm not by no means am I throwing anybody under the bus or blaming content creators, but
how dare you?
Right. But when you watch some of them, like when they do their GAC, and some people watch, and yeah, they have something to aspire to and something to shoot for. But as of right now, they don't have those teams. They don't have those mods. They don't have those Datacons, and they're sitting behind paywall after paywall after paywall. And my heart bleeds for these people. It really does, because I used to be one of them. So with my podcast, like for instance, once a month, I'd like to have a 3 to 4 to 5, 6 million GP player come on. And you know what, brother? You tell me, what's your bottleneck? What's bothering you about this game? You're in the trenches trying to get your second or third GL. What can CG to help you guys? And that, Datacons just, I mean, are they fun? Did I wail out on them? Yeah, because I wanted to see what they were like. I didn't even know anything about set 3 until I was listening to you guys, and I went, oh, bam, there's a Malga static. Okay, all right, well, that's
going on the wish list.
That's intriguing. So
yeah. What these are questions that are going to lead to Neil starting to ask you a few good ones. What is your current ranking in Gran Arena? And what's been your favorite matchup since the retooling?
Well, I'm by no means, and I've said this on the Old Man's Cantina, I'm competitive to a point. I enjoy the game, but I have 4 children that I like to spend time with. I have a little missus. I'm due to be married again in about a year. I like to go in upstate New York. I like to go to Lake George. I like to boat. I have other things that I like to do. So I'm competitive to a point. I'm hovering at the tail end of Kyber 2 going into Kyber 1. And to be 100% honest, that's where I like to stay. And I feel like that's a good place to stay, because you're still getting a decent crystal income. There's still some good players in that area. I am by no means a top 500 player. That's just, I don't have that kind of time. I just don't have it. So, I mean, I play the game for fun. It's a collector game. I like upgrading my stuff. Yeah, do I want to have a Bill Burr temper moment when I lose? Yeah, every now and again. But, it's that's where I'm standing. My favorite matchup? Wow. I'm not going to lie. I love it when people still put Rebel fighters on defense, because I'm just like, ooh, either Iden or Wampa food. Like, who do I pick? Like, I'm just like, you see that my Iden is Relic, and every single Imperial trooper in the game I have is Relic, and you see that my Wampa is at Relic 8. Why would you do that?
Relic.
You're just giving me banners. You just get here's free stuff. There you go. So that's probably my favorite.
But what about matchup? Have you faced anybody that you went, oh, that was awesome? I've had 2 matchups against listeners, and they've both been fun slobber knockers, if you will.
Oh yeah, I've had some matches that like for instance, in the last season of 5v5, I had one matchup where I got greedy and I looked at his Lord Vader and I thought my Fennec bounty hunter squad could take it, and I didn't, and that's what cost me the match. And I lost by like 5 banners. And I messaged him and was like, you know what? It wasn't with me today. And I do. I message a lot of people that I play, whether I win or lose, and I go, hey, great match. That was fun. So yeah, that matches like that are tight. I'm not a fan of blowouts. I like stuff that's close, because if the matches are close, I feel like it makes me a better player, which is where I want to be.
All right, Neil, over to you.
Yeah. Oh, well, you said that most people don't contact you. It's actually, do you stream any of your GAC matches?
I just got my camera 48 hours ago, so no, not yet. I do want to start doing that.
Are you gonna? Yeah, I was about to say, you're gonna. Yeah.
Yeah, and it looks like fun, and yeah, that's something I want to start doing here in the future. Absolutely.
We'll definitely help you with that.
It comes in waves. It really, really does.
Yeah.
Like right now, Tassinix is flying really, really high. He's doing extremely well. He's a top 10. He's a top 10 Gaka. But the thing is, when you reach those heights, everybody starts watching you. And when everybody starts watching you, they learn how you play. They learn how, you know, that if you never stream, and you've got a competitive roster, you can do really, really, really well.
Yeah.
But the second you start streaming, then I mean, you know, you just have to watch one of Gon's streams to understand, because he has a little image that he hovers over the left side of his screen so that anybody he's competing against can't see the characters that he's scrolling through that he still has for offense, so that they can't then go, you know, work out what, you know. I don't bother with that because I'm only in Division 3, but I know if I was competing in the, you know, if I was in the top 0.1%, like a lot of content creators are, I would be very much hiding exactly what I've got. And you're there or abouts. Somebody would have to do a lot of research to beat a 9.2 million account with 6 GLs and with Starkiller. Just saying that means you've got to do your research. You can't, you know, unless your opponent's matching you character for character, you look at a roster like that, and you've kind of got to take your time. So you'll definitely need to be cautious. But the swing side of that is it can also make you better.
Absolutely.
Because if you've got people in chat that, you know, sometimes people it swings in both ways. Sometimes people in chat can give you a team or a counter to something that you're looking at, and you think, oh, that okay, and you try it, and it's like brilliant, that's great. And then the swing side of that is you could go in and take out a team with, you know, you could go in and take out a team and it counters. I mean, like I did, what was it? I did, what was it? How was it? Yeah. I countered a bad batch with Old Ben, Asajj Ventress, Thrawn, and Watt.
Oh, wow.
And it won. And people in chat, it was the last team I had to beat. So it's like, okay, I'll use that because she was Relic 3, and I'll use Watt because he's Relic 5, and I'll use Old Ben. So I put the tank tech on Old Ben, I put the offense tech on Asajj Ventress, and I put the health one on Thrawn, and it won. I mean, it was freaky, and people in chat were like, I'm going to try that. So it does swing in both ways. And most important of all, you've got a visual record of how you did.
Yeah.
So if you do something wrong, or if you go on tilt, you can watch your video back and go, right, okay, this is the point. This is what, you know, I should have done this. I should have zigged when I should have zagged, or, you know, I should have put this team in. I should have put that team in. So, you know, there's room to grow. Whereas if you're not streaming it, you're not making a record and you lose. And it's like, how the hell did I lose that? I don't know how I lost it. It's like, well, if you streamed it, you could just simply go back to your video and watch it back and go, that's what happened.
Yeah. Well, it's almost, and I considered that too. It's almost like if you start streaming your GACs and you start getting your name out there, you're putting a target on your back.
Yeah.
I mean, I acknowledge the target. My in-game name is TEPc Paul Anthony. I mean, everybody knows, oh, this is going to be an easy fight. Logan, tell me, what convinced you to start your podcast? And as you said, you're wanting to cater to the 2, 3, 4 million range, but you know, what was the inspiration, and where do you want your podcast to go?
For me to say what my inspiration was, I got to tag another podcast that I've been a guest on 2 times now, and that's Good Morning Korriban.
Mikey.
I absolutely.
We've had the guys on.
I love those guys. I absolutely adore those guys. I've been on twice, and I've had so much fun just having a couple beverages and just, you know, I mean, there are some like you guys. There are some podcasts that are structured and on a time. Those guys they just wing it. They're all over the place. And I became a big fan of them, and I've been on twice. And after I did it, I remember playing Galaxy Heroes one day, and I'm thinking, you know what? I feel like I'm pretty quick-witted. I feel like I got a good voice and personality, and you know, I'm semi-decent at this game. Let me give it a shot. I mean, what do I got to lose? I mean, yeah, I work during the day, but my evenings are generally free, and let me give it a shot. And after I did a couple episodes, I thought to myself, wow, that's fun. That was fun talking about the game. We hate to love and love to hate. That's something I say at the start of every podcast.
And it's in your description of your show, yes.
And we hate to love it, and we love to hate it. Because as much as we love it, it like we want to climb the walls, man. It drives us into this game, sometimes just absolutely makes us crazy, but we still keep coming back for more.
Yeah.
And so
But that might make us a shill.
Slightly. Yeah, there's truth. I'm not in a position to debate you, sir.
Well, I was just making a reference to the fun that we Wolf and I, you know, well, you'll hear me take a swing at Wolf every once in a while, but Wolffell is a consistent companion in chat. Neil loves him, and I'm embracing him.
If I didn't have Wolf in my GAC streams, you know, kindly reminding me not to do something stupid, I'd be doing a lot more stupid things.
We maybe should have Wolf on. That'd be a lot of fun.
Like, dude, yeah, you're not supposed to be hitting that character now. That's not the correct kill order. And you know, I get to the end of the battle and I've lost 6 banners, and it's like, well, you know, you should have done this. And I'm like, well, you could have told me that before I finished the battle.
But as to where I'd like my channel to go, real quick.
Yeah, that was going to be the next question. Yeah. What are people going to expect in the future?
Again, until I start streaming some GACs, I'll have a part where I go over what happened in my GAC, how I did, where I felt I could improve as a player. But I also want to go over packs that are in the store, because if it's one thing that I've noticed, especially in today's age, money is tight, and there are so many players out there that are on a budget and want to play and want to have fun and want to be a part of the community. And they feel like, well, how am I going to compete with datacons, mods, new characters, new legends? Like I could not fathom being a new player in this game right now. Like you open up this game for the first time and you look at it and you're like, holy shnikey, what am I getting myself into? So I want to go over packs. Is this pack worth it? Is this pack not? This is what I do. I'm a spender, but I spend within my means. And this is what I do. This is how I got to the GP I'm at. Now, if you're looking for solid GAC advice, well, I'll tell you what I think. Don't know if it's going to work, but I'll tell you what I think. But I do. I want to target that audience that I feel like they've been forgotten about. I think, I mean, I haven't looked at the numbers. Last I looked, this game has what, 100 million players, something to that effect, somewhere in there.
No, it's less than 1 million active players.
Oh, it's less than 1 million active players?
Yeah.
Well, I don't know what the hell I read. Thank you for that correction.
Yeah, it's up there.
It's 100 million plus downloads.
Okay, downloads.
So the game has been downloaded over 100 million times.
So this is like
active player base.
Right.
It's probably between 1.5 million, 1 million players.
All right, so this is like landscaping in Texas. There's a lot of turnover.
Exactly.
Yeah. So, but for those players that are like, I know there's other content creators that make videos of, hey, this will work, this will work, this will work. But now some of those guys can have a podcast to listen to where I'm gonna ask you about your frustrations. I want to hear your questions. I want to hear your thoughts. I want to bring someone on every now and again. And hey, you're not a fellow content creator. You're just a regular guy, and you're sitting at 4 million, and you're struggling whether or not I want to stay in this game or not, whether or not you want to hang up your lightsaber. Come on my podcast. Let's have a cold beverage. Let's talk it over. What are the, is the juice worth the squeeze? What are the pros and cons?
How are they going to find it, Logan? Because we're getting we're past time.
Okay, my bad.
No. That's my fault. I didn't time
that's
management.
what happens at the end of my show. I go on these tangents, and I said that in my last episode.
How do people find you though? Take your time. I'm not rushing you off.
All right, no, absolutely, I appreciate that. They can find me on Spotify, the Old Man's Cantina. They can find me on Discord, same name. They can also look me up on Discord, Old Man Logan.
76.
76, thank you. The year I was born. I have a section in my Discord for questions. And again, no, and I said this in my description, no question is off topic. How do I do this? Is this game worth it? Should I keep playing? Is this whale driven? What do I do? And, to the best of my ability and the experience I have, I will try to answer it. And that's it. It's fun. I love doing it. I love the community. I love this game. I love to hate it, but there it is.
So, when it comes down to it, I absolutely loved what I heard. What you're producing is quality material, and I really, really hope that our listeners will come check you out and give you that little subscription. On with podcasts, that subscription is free.
Absolutely. This is free. I'm not looking to make anything off this. I'm doing this from my passion for the game, and for those that are questioning whether or not they should keep playing with everything. And I just want to have fun with the community and play the game that we love, and that's it.
And you're doing a good job. Any final questions, Neil?
No, let's get this gentleman back home to his kids.
Definitely.
Oh no, well, my kids are all grown. My son is actually stationed at Fort Drum. He followed in my footsteps. He's now infantry out of Fort Drum, upstate New York. My daughters are all in their 20s. So after this, I'm going to go on my couch, crack open another beverage, and call it a night.
Mm-hmm. Very nice. Very nice. And, anything you need, as we said off the air, I'm going to say it on the air. Anything you need for your stuff, feel free to ask. We're here for you.
I immensely appreciate that. I've been a fan of you guys for a while. Thank you sincerely very much for having me on. It's been a blast. And I hope to talk to you guys again soon sometime.
It won't be long. I'll definitely say that much. Ladies and gentlemen, coming up in the break, the next week, week 2, or technically 3, of the SWGOH. We're going to be awarding, from what I was told, 3 awards coming up tonight. Stay tuned for that right here on the Escape Pod cast.
HotBot in HotUtils is one of the most comprehensive tools for Star Wars Galaxy of Heroes.
With integration into the super useful mod tool Grand Ivory, HotUtils can help you tackle some of the most difficult aspects of the game.
Not sure how to mod your roster for a certain game mode?
Use one of the many filters that automatically assigns the right mods to the right character in accordance with your guild needs.
Now with additional features that can assist you and your guild officers in territory battles and territory wars, HotUtils is an amazing value.
And don't forget the useful tools for yourself in Grand Arena, like the in-depth and customizable compare feature.
Got multiple accounts like Neil, but not the time to remod them all?
With this one-stop utility, you can switch between your alts and never miss a mod upgrade or a mod switch before locking into GAC or territory wars.
Starting at just $5 a month, you don't want to miss out on these great tools.
HotUtils is the new official remodding service for the Escape Pod cast.
Visit HotUtils.com to learn more. That's HotUtils.com. And go ahead and spice up your Galaxy of Heroes experience.
Padawans, be sure to support the shows brought to you on the Escape Podcast Twitch and YouTube channel by becoming a Patreon. For as little as $2 a month, you can support us and get a little extra for yourself. With tiered rewards including access to Shitty Bill's Arena tracking bot, after-show access, inclusion in the GA Center leaderboards, behind-the-scenes access, and much more. There is something for everyone on our Discord server. Head on over to Patreon, that is patreon.com/The Escape Pod, and sign up today. Thank you for supporting and listening to the Escape Podcast.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome into the second week of the III annual SWGOH. Wait, what is that? Or am I supposed to read that as third? Alright then. Why are there 3 I's? You use the letter I as one? You non-binary bipedal organic meatbags always confuse me. Anyway, last week we gave out 3 of the 9 awards that we have this year. This week we're gonna give out 3 more. We have coming up the awards for the best tool, most annoying, and apparently Dickie wanted to move the best weekly show to this week. So we will have to move the biggest brain to next week, along with the most anticipated content and biggest story. Wait a minute, Dickie, why are you having 2 awards for the biggest something on the same show? It sounds like you're compensating for something. Well, let's get to the first award of the night. Here to announce the winner of Best Tool is the biggest tool that I know in the entire galaxy. Ladies and gentlemen, C3PO. What? Seriously, he's a tool. He's a protocol droid.
Hello! My name is C3PO, Human Cyborg Relations. And as a protocol droid, it is my job to help humans understand the complexities of what can sometimes be a very confusing universe. I like to do things like sometimes tell them the odds of us dying. But today I am here with a simple task to present you the award for more tools that helped humans with a very complex and sometimes frustrating world. And I am here, of course, to present the award for the best tool. And our nominees are SWGOH for Life, SWGOH.gg, Discord, HotUtils, and of course, your credit card. And the winner is SWGOH.gg. Congratulations. Here to accept on behalf of SWGOH.gg is Separanis.
Hey everyone, sorry for no video. Feeling a little under the weather. This is Dan from SWGOH. And on behalf of the team, thanks for voting for us. When we started the site 5 years ago, the only thing we really wanted to do was to win a SWGOH, and we've accomplished that today. So we just trusted the process. All the thanks to the fans and the teammates and whatnot. But we really appreciate the support over the years, and we're going to keep doing what we're doing. So thanks again. Bye.
Congratulations to the entire GG team for that win. They certainly deserve it, and it was a very close race, everybody. Next up, wait, oh god no, Dickie, you?
Did not.
Get him to show up. Look, you even made me go into murder bot mode. Damn it, Dickie. Ladies and gentlemen, here to award the most annoying award is the apropos most annoying character, Jar Jar Binks.
Seriously? Misa not knowing why, Yusa happy me present the most annoying character. But Misa happy to be here. So, let us proceed with the nominees for most annoying character. First, we have Darth Malik. Then we has the Houndstooth. Then we has Nest. Newt Gunray, oh, he's a very annoying. Maul. And Aiden Versio. And the winner is the Super Bombad Houndstooth. Oh, Houndstooth, this is Dickie, the producer. Are you just gonna sit there? Is, boss gonna come out or something and accept the award? You're just gonna kinda sit there and not go away, eh? Can we get Will Smith out here to slap this thing again? I know we already used that joke, but let's try and get it out of here. Huh, so slapping it just gives it more protection? So how do we get this ship out of here? I don't know. Why don't we just run the in memoriam while I try and figure this out? This year we lost so many Star Wars characters. Some we grew up with and some we barely knew. And now it is time to remember them. Ned B, shot by stormtroopers. Cad Bane, impaled with a gaffy stick. Tala sacrificed herself to protect the others. Bib Fortuna, shot by Boba Fett. Gamorrean guard, thrown off a cliff. Other Gamorrean guard, also thrown off a cliff. This guy and his whole gang murdered by Din Djarin. Wade, not Wade. Mayor Moksha is murdered by Fennec Shand. Pretty much anybody who ever came into contact with this guy, also murdered by Fennec Shand. Sorry folks, it's still here. We can't get rid of the Houndstooth. It seems to have hijacked the show, so we do still have one award we were supposed to present tonight, but I think that's going to have to wait till next week now. Hopefully this thing just eventually times out and goes away. I think that's the only way we're going to get rid of it. So thank you all for watching, and we'll see you all next week when we present 4 awards.
You're listening to the Escape Pod Cast.
And welcome back to the show, ladies and gentlemen. It's Patreon's
magic of
Choice
radio.
time, where you get to ask us some questions.
If you have some channel points, you can use those channel points to ask a question. Otherwise, if you're a Patreon, throw your questions in the Patreon's choice room, and we will answer them. Also, by the way, subscription from Cast for 1 month for the 27th month in a row, it looks like. So thank you very much for that. And let's get to the questions. She asks, name one thing you like about SWGOH.
Grand Arena Championships. It's the only thing left.
I like collecting the heroes. The conquest ones, not so much, but definitely.
No, I'm going to change my answer. I'm going to change my answer. Mara Jade.
All right, Zaz asked top.
I love Mara Jade more than I love GAC.
Top 3 Star Wars movie characters you feel were not developed properly and could have been so much better. So movie characters.
What? Read the question again.
Top 3 Star Wars movie characters you feel were not developed properly and could have been so much better. Phasma for one. I'm what we're gonna do here, Neil, is only for what the visual consumer would
movies.
respond. So definitely Phasma could have gotten much better. I'm gonna do another sequel trilogy one and say the what was it, Grand Admiral Sloane at the end of throughout Rise of Skywalker. And then I honestly think more Watto actually would have been a lot better. Seeing Watto with the influence that he had on Tatooine. So.
Mon Mothma, Admiral Akbar, General Nadine.
All right. Next.
I'm not touching characters from the sequel trilogy.
Top 3 rom-com films.
Okay.
Let me guess. Earth Girls Are Easy.
No, because that's it's more of a musical than a rom-com.
Okay.
It's not rom-com. Rom-com is The Waterboy. Okay, that's it. So The Waterboy is definitely okay. So The Waterboy, I'll go The Waterboy. What else? I'll go to Waterboy. I will go. Chasing Amy.
Okay, I can get on board with that.
I'll go Chasing Amy. And I'll go with another Kevin Smith. I'll go Mallrats.
Okay. 10 Things I Hate About You. Recently, I don't know, is Date Night a rom-com?
Yeah.
Okay, so going with Date Night as well, and then...
I mean, come on, it's got Steve Carell in it, and he's funny, so yeah.
And Never Been Kissed. Those are my top 3 rom-coms. Top 3...
I would Never Been Kissed. I wouldn't call that a rom-com. That's more of a romantic comedy.
Yeah, romantic. That's what
a much
rom-com stands for.
It's a much more tone. Yeah, but it's more about the romance than the comedy. No, all right, I'll let you have it. You can have it.
Thank you. It's my choice, Neil.
It's your choice. You can have it.
It's my choice. Top 3 Wesley Snipes films.
Oh, Passenger 57, Blade 1 and Blade 2.
All right, I'm definitely going Blade, Demolition Man, and The Art of War. I actually enjoyed that movie. I actually enjoyed that. Now, I don't know who this is. I'm going to have to Google this one. Top 3 Rutger Hauer films?
Oh, very interesting. Okay. I mean, definitely Blade Runner for starters. And then he did he did a couple of good action movies in the 80s. Blind Fury was awesome. He's blind, but he's a swordsman. You know, he kicks ass. So he still kicks ass, even though he's as blind as a bat, which is just awesome. He sees through.
So he's Daredevil.
Through he's basically he's a poor man's Daredevil because he doesn't have a Daredevil costume, and he uses a sword as opposed to, you know, battens and wires. So yeah, I'll go with Blind Fury, Blade Runner, and what was that vampire flick that he was in? I can't remember the title. Zaz?
So I saw a vampire.
Help me out. What
here.
was the vampire movie that he was in? It was a cheesy one. It wasn't like any cult classic. It was a cheesy movie, but it's like because it had
Argentos Dracula.
Huh?
Argentos Dracula is what's coming up for a vampire movie.
I wish I could remember the name off the top of my head, but I mean, he was so impressive in Blade Runner, and he was very, very convincing as a blind person in Blind Fury.
All right. So Batman Begins apparently is one of his films, and also so was Merlin. And so was Sin City. So those are the three. Those are the three films.
So none of his classic. You've not gone with any of his classics from the 80s.
I sadly cannot say that I've seen one. Maybe I'll change that this weekend. We'll see. Top 3 Samuel L. Jackson films.
Okay.
You definitely have to go with Glass.
You can go with Glass. Okay, you come up with your 3 then. You do your 3, and I'll think about my 3.
You definitely have to go with Glass. I'm going to have to go. What was the? I'm trying to remember the one.
Buffy. That's it. Yes, Buffy. It was the original, the movie, the
he
Buffy
was in
the
the
Vampire
original
Slayer
Buffy
movie.
Yes.
That's what Rutger
Hauer
was
okay.
in. That's what I was trying to remember.
Pulp Fiction.
Yeah, Pulp Fiction's definitely one of mine.
I'm gonna have to. Loaded Weapon. National Lampoon's Loaded Weapon 1.
Oh god. I'm gonna go. So I'm gonna go. Obviously, you know, Pulp Fiction classic. I'm gonna go with that. I thought he was very, very good in The Negotiator. I thought he was very, very good in The Negotiator. That was such an undersold film. I think that if they pimped that movie out a little bit more, it would have picked up some bigger receipts, because it was a really good movie. So definitely The Negotiator, and I don't really want to say any of the movies that he was Nick Fury in the MCU, because
the only one that he was really that much in was Captain Marvel.
Yeah, I haven't watched that MCU movie, so that wasn't made for me. I was not the target demographic. What else?
You can still be told a story.
I do love the Samuel L. Jackson scene from Coming to America.
There you go.
Where he holds up the restaurants, because the lines, the language, the vernacular that was coming out of him, it was like he's only got this small part in this movie, but it was so good. It's like, we want you for bigger roles in bigger movies. I think that was one of those. Yeah.
Top 3 television series intro music. The one that everybody knows. I mean, come on, it actually did well on the top Billboard 100 as well. I'll Be There for You by the Rembrandts, which was the theme to Friends.
Mm-hmm.
I would also have to go with Malcolm in the Middle. They Might Be Giants. Great song. And another one that was a song and then got adapted, Long Skirt short skirt, long jacket by Cake for Chuck.
Okay. So I'm going to go with 3 completely originals, obviously made by the people that made the TV show. First one would be Doctor Who, the original. It just sets you up, you know. Then the original Star Trek. I think that's awesome. And then, of course, Red Dwarf, because I know the intro to that song.
Right.
Yeah.
We got another one that was left earlier the week by Cass. The top 3 classic novels.
Top 3 classic novels. Okay.
I mean, mine are gonna end up being junior novels. But I enjoyed Hatchet. I enjoyed The Indian in the Cupboard. And I'm trying to think classic novel. You give your 3 and I'll give my last one.
So I'm definitely going to go with Executive Orders. Tom Clancy's Executive Orders.
But
that
was a classic novel, though.
Huh?
I'm thinking classic novels more along the lines.
How old does a book have to be for it to be classed as a classic novel?
1960 or later, or earlier.
Okay. I will go with Left Luggage. 1984.
I'll give you 1984. That's fine.
Fahrenheit 451.
Okay. I guess my last.
What was it called? Hang on a minute. I'll be right back.
I'm gonna say H.P. Lovecraft. H.P. Lovecraft is gonna be that one. So while he's doing that, we've got Dickie Darkside with a few others. Can you hear me, Nev? You could just yell out.
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay. So Dickie Darkside has the one-on-one. What you got there? You got a stack of books.
So, Left Luggage.
Okay.
By Northcote Parkinson. Armageddon 2419. That's what it's the story. It came out in the 1920s. It was the story that was based on Buck Rogers in the 25th century.
Not Duck Dodgers in the 23rd and a half century. Then Inferno.
And then Inferno.
All right. Kersantin versus the Pokemon Ursaring. I think Kersantin's just going to take that guy out.
Sorry, was there a question in there?
Yeah. Who would win? Kersantin versus Ursaring.
I'll go with Black Croissant.
Okay. Jabba the Hutt versus Snorlax. In this situation, Jabba's going down. Snorlax is the ultimate Pokemon.
Okay, I'll go with Jabba because I don't know who the other one is.
It's the big teddy bear green one that just sleeps and eats.
I don't do Pokemon.
Okay.
So,
top 3 protest songs that get you pumped. So you're probably going to have different ones than me.
I get knocked down by Chumbawamba. I get knocked
Is
down.
Is that actually a protest song?
Yeah.
Okay.
They changed they changed the lyrics for the radio version, but the protest version was Labour sold out the Dockers just like they sold out the rest of us.
Okay.
So it was a protest song, but the radio version was the non-political version. There was a political version.
Okay.
So there's that as a protest song. The classic protest song in football grounds all over England every single weekend. The referees something beginning with W, ending in ER, because it's a protest song that the fans sing when the referee does something that they don't like against their team. So it's a legitimate song. They will start chanting and singing the referees are the referees
okay,
because they're protesting at the a decision that the referees just made. So
what else?
Yeah.
What's your third? Because mine are gonna all be pretty much American radio.
Yeah, you come up with yours. I'll need to think of a third.
Well, one that was a protest song, but a lot of people like to listen to it on the 4th of July, ironically, Born in the USA by Bruce Springsteen.
Mm-hmm.
I cannot have this list without American Idiot by Green Day. And then Killing in the Name of by Rage Against the Machine, the ultimate protest song, in my opinion.
I can't think of a third, not off the top of my head, which is weird because there were loads of. I suppose you could say Anarchy UK by the Sex Pistols.
There you go. That works.
Was because it was technically like mocking the royal. It was mocking the royal family.
You don't want to go The Clash, Rock the Casbah?
Nah.
No? Okay. What do you got coming up on the channel, Neb?
Well, I'm going to do my best to stream GAC. I have to play my GACs tonight because I'm going to be doing some stuff on Saturday. But
so are you going to come stream tonight?
Yeah, I'm streaming tonight. Yeah.
Okay, so about what time? Are you going to do it during after show or what?
Probably, I don't know, maybe 10ish or something.
Okay. So as soon as
I have a
so
big,
you're going to leave the after
opponent.
show and come stream.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. But when I will actually have a guest with me when I stream on Sunday. There's a young lad who wants to get into Twitch streaming and he's not quite sure about it. So I said, look, dude, I'm doing a stream on Sunday. If you're not working, come on over and I'll show you exactly what to do with OBS and how to set things up. And so, yeah, so there'll be somebody in the background. I'll still be streaming on Sunday.
All right.
If I can find the time, I might do some Runes of Magic, but I'm kind of slammed at the moment helping out my sister-in-law's partner with a few bits and pieces, so he's keeping me busy.
All right, and so a little bit of Summoner's Glory probably this coming week. The new update for that game is coming out. By the way, if you do play Summoner's Glory or want to pick it up, use the code VAULT37. I am compensated for any usage of that code, but you'll also get yourself a small little gift from me as a thank you. And then possibly the return of some Rift Tracks or Jackbox on Vault 37 Studios on Twitch. That'll be fun. Would love to see you out there on that one as well, Neil. But what do you say about raiding our old friend Flair?
I know. I saw it. The Twitch notification popped up, and I was going to say, yeah. As soon as you cut the mic, we're raiding. Yeah, raid Flair.
Let's raid Flair. Let's raid Flair. So, ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for stopping by. Thank you for another wonderful week. A very, very special thank you to Old Man Logan and the Old Man's Cantina. Guys, go check out that podcast. Wonderful, wonderful work, and it's only going to get better from there. I could promise you that. He's got the potential. So, with that being said, be nice to each other, damn it. Neil?
Push the button.
Don't mind if I do.
What's going on? Where the hell are we? Paris?
Thank you for pressing the self-destruct button.
Attention! This is Colonel Sanders in forward command. Abandon ship! Abandon ship! All personnel proceed to escape pods. Close down the circuits. Evacuate the city. Self-destruct mechanism has been activated. Abandon ship! Where is it? Where is it? It's gotta be here. Out of order! Even in the future, nothing works.
This ship will self-destruct in exactly 10 seconds. Counting down. 10, 9, 8, 6.
6! What happened to 7?
Just kidding. 3, 2, 1. Have a nice
friends, this is Thaddeus from Going Nerdy. The Escape Podcast was filmed in front of a live studio audience full of tweaked out murder bears.
Sit, Ubu, sit. Good dog.